Privilege to be opportune to teach economics on air. You're welcome to School on Air, and the subject is economics. In the last episode, we looked at cooperative society. We define what a cooperative society is. We looked at the various types of cooperative society, talking about a producers cooperative society, consumers cooperative society, and then credit and thrift cooperative societies. Then we also try to look at the differences and the similarities between cooperative societies as well as joint stock companies. So today we're going to be continuing our discussion on cooperative society, and then we'll stretch it further by looking at how capital can be raised. So let's look at the benefits of cooperative society. The first benefit is that it provides training in self-government and business management for its members. Don't forget that members of the cooperative society will be involved in the running of the business. So by being a member of the cooperative society, people have started learning the art of business management and accountability. It could be a member of the society that will be involved in recording every transaction that is going on. So they have started developing themselves as far as business management is concerned, as far as accounting ethics is also concerned. So cooperative society will provide a platform wherein people will develop themselves as far as business management is concerned. Then it helps to raise the standard of living of members, irrespective of the type of cooperative society we're talking about, be it consumer cooperative, producers cooperative, or credit and thrift cooperative society. The essence and the bottom line is that all cooperative societies will go a long way in enhancing the standard of living of their members. For a producers cooperative society, when they pool their resources together, they will be able to invest and then embark on collective production, which will ultimately reduce cost. And as a result of reduction in cost, it will enhance the profit that will accrue to each of the producer, that is enhancing their standard of living. For the consumer cooperative society, they will buy in large quantities at relatively lower prices, and then they sell to their members. Members are able to buy at relatively lower prices. That is also enhancing their standard of living, because the money they would have saved on such commodities, they can use it to undertake other things. Then for credit and thrift cooperative societies, they help people to cultivate the habit of saving. Saving itself is a way of enhancing standard of living. Then they now create another platform for borrowing, especially for projects that are long term, and then that will enhance the standard of living of the member. This also would help to enhance the quality of life that members are living. Then the third benefit, it helps small scale businesses to enjoy the benefit of economies of scale. Economies of scale, when you are able to raise, you have a particular small business, maybe the capital you're using is just about 30,000 naira, but you have been saving into a cooperative society. After a while, you discover that your saving in the cooperative society has risen to about 90,000 naira. You want to take loan. Now, because the fellow is able to take loan that is beyond the level of savings he has accumulated in the cooperative society, is able to buy goods in large quantities, is able to enhance the scope of the operation of his business, is able to take giant strides that he's not able to take before. He may be able to afford some equipment that will enhance the quality of what he does, which he would not have been able to afford if he was not a member of that particular cooperative society. So it helps people, small businesses, to be able to operate at a larger scale than they are currently operating. Then it helps to keep prices within the barest limit of consumers, especially for consumer cooperative society. Consumers will be able to buy products at relatively cheaper price. Then loans can be raised. That's one fundamental advantage of cooperative society, especially for credit and thrift societies. Members have the opportunity of raising loans. They do not have to go through the stress of going to secure a loan from bank. They do not have to meet very difficult conditions of banks in terms of collateral, so they are able to raise loan which they can use to enhance the quality of business that they do, and they can also use it for any personal project that will help to enhance their standard of living. Then it encourages the habit of savings. That is another way. It's as if it is putting people under the responsibility of saving compulsorily. A lot of people, especially those who are not earning too much, they wouldn't have been able to save because they will always be complaining that the salary is not enough. But by being a member of a cooperative society, you know that mandatorily there is a limit of the amount of money that you must save in a month. So you can go beyond that, but at least it is helping a lot of people to cultivate the habit of saving, so that in case anything happens, they will still have something to fall back on. Then it helps to enhance the social welfare benefit of members. Cooperative society would always ensure that the interests of the members are enhanced. They could buy some, maybe at the end of the year when they're doing their annual general meeting, they could buy some things, share it among members. We have cooperative society that have bought land in large quantity, and then they are apportioning the portion that belongs to each member to them. Now, most of the members would have found it difficult buying soil, but because they are pulling resources together and they are not expected to pay for the land at once, they will be paying gradually and gradually. We have had people who have become landlords, who have owned property in different parts of the country just because they are taking advantage of the opportunities that cooperative societies provide. Then large cooperative societies embark on corporate social responsibility. When you have a cooperative society that are very, very big, especially in established institutions, maybe like public universities or public teaching hospitals, some of them can embark on corporate social responsibility. They may build a school, a block of classroom for a school. They could build a small toilet. They could sink a borehole and some other things like that. They could give scholarship to students. These are part of the benefits of cooperative society to the society at large. I haven't said that there are other disadvantages that go hand in hand with cooperative society. Number one is difficulty in finding an experienced person to manage the business. Every cooperative society will always require skilled personnel who have been trained in the art and the nitty-gritty of administration of a cooperative society. And these people, you may not find it easy getting them. So as a result of that, if you don't get one, or you get one who is not appropriately experienced, that may be disadvantageous for the success of the cooperative society. Corruption and embezzlement, that has happened extensively in different cooperative societies. Those who have been appointed into strategic position could find a way of dipping their hands into the collective purse of the society, and then we have seen people who eloped with cooperative money. We've seen people who embezzled, who could not account for money that were kept in their custody, and several things. And we've also seen different sharp practices. People are not qualified for loan, being given loan, or some people being given loan behind the scene. All these are disadvantages. Then lack of adequate capital. Some cooperative society would like to do something, maybe buy land in large sizes, but because of the limit of the capital that they have, it places a limit on the exploit that they can do, because cooperative societies are not public limited liabilities where members of the public are allowed to come and subscribe to share. So it's the people of collective interest that form the society that will be able to raise the capital of the society. So if there's the capital is small, then the benefit that will accrue to the members of the society would also be small. The misuse of funds will have situations in which the fund of the society could be invested in projects that do not make economic sense. And at the end of the day, the society now start regretting embarking on such interest. Then the public or the government does not benefit from cooperative society because the profit is not taxed. And don't forget that taxes constitute a means of income for the government to embark on various developmental projects. That means that cooperative societies are not contributing anything into the purse of the government as far as tax revenue is concerned. How capital can be raised. For small businesses, we have internal ways of raising capital, then we have external ways of raising capital. Let's quickly look at the internal ways for small businesses. Number one is personal savings. For a sole proprietor, the fundamental place where raising capital starts from is personal saving. The amount of money he has saved over the year, that is where most people start from when they want to start a business of their own. They have been saving money for some time, so they first of all look at the money they have saved over the last couple of years, and then they start the business from that. Then number two, we have what we call plowing back part of the profit. Plowing back part of the profit means that after the business has made profit, maybe the business made a profit of 600,000 naira in 2013. Instead of the owner taking the entirety of the 600,000 out of the business, the owner may decide to take 300,000 for himself and then retain 300,000 naira in the business. As he does that, he has succeeded in expanding the level of capital with which the business is going to operate. So plowing back part of the profit into the business is also an internal source of raising capital for businesses. So it does not have to go out and be soliciting with people, please, I want to do this, I need money. It doesn't need that. It just plows back part of the profit to it. So that's another way of raising capital. Then he could also sell his personal assets. That's another way through which he can raise capital. So maybe this fellow has about 5 plots of land in a place. He may decide to sell 2, and when he has succeeded in selling 2, he reinvests the proceed of the land that he has sold into the business with a view to enhancing the capital structure of the business. Then we also have external sources of raising capital. When we talk about external sources of raising capital, we're talking about sources that are beyond the owner of the business. Number one, borrowing money from friends. If the person has goodwill with friends, he can walk up to friends and say, well, I need this amount of money, about 500,000 naira. I want to invest it into this small business that I am doing. I've invested about 2.5 million, but I just need about 500,000 naira to buy some wares that so that the business can run smoothly. And if he has goodwill, the friend can give to him. Then he could also borrow from relatives, those that they are related to. You can go walk up to relatives and say, I need money to do this and that. And then depending on the goodwill that the person commands, it could also raise loan from friends. Then borrowing from other people who may not be friends, who may not be relatives. Then we are borrowing from banks. Small businesses can also borrow money from banks, but the major challenge is that banks are not favorably disposed to giving loans to small businesses. Why? Because small businesses have history of unprecedented failure. Small businesses usually fail, and banks are also not charity home. They want to give out loan with the purpose of making profit. So banks embark on what we call calculated risk. So when they discover that their exposure to risk by giving the loan out to a particular small business is too enormous, they may decline. So money can also be raised from bank, but the bank would demand for a collateral security, and small businesses may not be able to raise may not have appropriate collateral that will suit banks. So that may become an impediment to the ability of small businesses to raising loans from banks. Then we are buying goods on credit. You may probably wonder, how can buying goods on credit be a source of raising capital? It is because instead of using part of your capital to pay for the goods, you are buying the goods and you are not paying immediately. So the value of goods that you have bought, as it were, will serve in another way as if it's an injection into the business. So after the business has sold the goods and has made profit, the business now pays the creditor who has supplied the goods to the business. So that is another tactical way of raising capital. Some businesses could also raise capital by buying assets on hire purchase. They are not paying the total value of the asset immediately. They have decided that they want to pay in installment. So the asset that is costing about 600,000 naira, the owner or the seller is giving it to them for about 800 or 900,000 naira, but they have to spread the payment for about spread it for over a period of about 18 months, 1.5 years. So that is another way, as it were, of raising capital, because you are taking advantage of that equipment, you are using it to enhance the quality of your business, and you are generating income from it, even though you are not paying the full value of the asset immediately. So that is another way of raising capital. So today we've been able to look at the advantages and disadvantages of cooperative societies. We've been able to look at various benefits that can be derived from forming a cooperative society. We said that it enhances the standard of living of its members. It encourages the habit of savings. It also provides a platform through which people can borrow money. Then it helps small businesses to take advantage of economies of scale when they are able to raise loans that will enable them to operate at a larger scale than they are operating. Then we also looked at how small businesses can raise capital, talking about internal and external sources of raising capital. So we've come to the end, and I would like to leave you with this assessment question. Number one, state 5 external sources of raising capital by small businesses. And number 2, state 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages of cooperative societies. It's been another wonderful privilege to be part of your time studying economics on air. Looking forward to seeing you in the next class. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.